Hello everyone, welcome back once again. This is 12th video in the series AZ-900 with Piyush, and in this particular video we will look into Azure Virtual Networks. What are virtual networks? Why do we need them? Network security groups and so on. Please watch the video till the end because in the end we will be doing some knowledge checks and also a demo of how to create a virtual network from Azure portal. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with the very basics of Azure networking. Azure Virtual Network is a cloud based network environment in Microsoft Azure. It allows you to create and manage your own isolated network environment in the cloud. You can further segment your network into one or more subnetworks called subnets and allocate a portion of your virtual network address space to each subnet. For example, if you have 256 IP addresses in your virtual network, you can create subnet A with 64 IPs, subnet B with another 64 IPs, and rest of the IPs you can use later to create more subnets. You can then deploy Azure resources in a specific subnet such as virtual machine in subnet A and database server in subnet B. It enables you to connect your virtual machines, databases, and other resources securely either within the same virtual network or across different virtual networks. By default, resources within the same virtual network have access to each other. You can secure resources within subnets using network security groups and create inbound and outbound rules to filter the network access. For example, allow everyone access to this virtual machine over the public internet on port 80 and 443 and only allow SSH access from a specific IP range on port 22. Rest of the incoming connections will be blocked. For the other subnet, you can have a network security group that allows only the SSH access from the specific CIDR range on port 22 and public access will be blocked. Now let's move on to Azure portal and create a virtual network. All right, so I have logged into my Azure portal. I'm going to go ahead and create a new resource. I'll search for virtual network or VNET over here and click over here, create. Then enter the basic details such as your subscription, resource group. Let's create a new resource group. Test AZ-900 resource group. Click OK. Now enter your instance name, test instance, region. Let's keep it default. Hit on next, IP addresses. And by default, if you see, it allocates the space 10.0.0/16, which has 65,536 IP addresses. So let me just delete this default IP address space and create a new one, 10.0.0.0/21, that has less number of IPs than 65,536. If you know the IP address calculation, you can watch my another video, the link in the description as well as in the title bar. Feel free to check that out. But for this particular exam, you don't need to know the IP address calculation. Just remember that VNet IP address space is the superset and the subnet IP address space is the subset. Right? So let's go ahead over here and create a new subnet. Each virtual network should have at least one subnet. I deleted the default one so that we can create a new one. So just click over here, add subnet, and give this subnet a name. Let's call it subnet A. Enter your subnet address range over here, which should be the subset of your VNet address range. So over there, we use 10.0.0.0/21. Over here, let's put 2.0/28, right? And this range will have 11 IP addresses plus 5 IP addresses will always be reserved by Azure for future use. And click over here, add. So I'm gonna just create one subnet in this VPC for the demo purpose. Then click over here, security. This says bastion host, DDoS protection, firewall, everything is disabled by default. Let's keep it that way and hit review and create, and then create. Okay, so our VNet has been created. Click over here to go to the resource. So here are the details. And then if you go on the left side, there is the address space as well. It says this is the address space of your VNet. It has 2048 IP addresses, out of which we used around 16 for subnet A. Here is your subnet. Again, it says subnet A has 11 IP addresses. You can add more subnets as well after the VNet is created. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, there is an option which says diagram. Here your network diagram will be generated for you. Currently, it only has a virtual network and a subnet. That is what it's showing over here. But when you have more resources, when you create a virtual network, there'll be a network interface card created with it, and there are some other things. So it will show over here in a hierarchical diagram. So that's it for this demo. And don't forget to clean up the virtual network. Just go back to the overview and hit delete and delete the virtual network. You can keep it as well. There is no charge associated with using just the virtual network. You will be charged based on the instances and the resources that you use as part of it, like the storage, instance, and all those things. All right, time for the knowledge checks. As always, try to take screenshot of this page and this page. Try to attempt these questions. These all questions are from the video episode that we have just saw. So if you have trouble answering any of these questions, try to watch the video one more time and you'll get your answer. If you're still facing some issues, let me know in the comment section and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. That's it for this video, guys. I hope this video was somewhat helpful to you in understanding the concepts of Azure Virtual Networking. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, family, and colleagues so that they can also take advantage of this learning opportunity. If you have any doubts or queries in understanding any of the concepts, let me know in the comment section below and I will try to answer as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with the next video.